Everybody always talks about there are certain WWE superstars that would do so much better if they just left the company and went to AEW. We've seen some examples recently where you've seen the Ricochet go over to AEW. We've seen what Swerve Strickland has done in AEW. We've seen what Moxley is doing in AEW as the world champion over there. But we also get told about having opportunities of AEW guys coming over to WWE. Today, I'm going to talk about examples of guys and girls who I think that if they were to leave the WWE and go to AEW, they would have a better situation, as well as guys in AEW that would have a much better situation in WWE. Really quickly, before we get into this list, if you guys enjoy professional wrestling content, make sure to hit that subscription button and ring that bell for notifications so you can see all the future videos. With that being said, let's get into this list of superstars. First and foremost, someone that I think from WWE that would excel so much better in AEW, and is someone that I actually don't think will be with WWE by the end of 2025, is Shinsuke Nakamura. I believe it's pretty much over for the King of Strong Style in the WWE. Once he dropped his United States title to LA Knight, I think it's become very obvious that there's no real plans for the guy. Like, I believe, honestly, him losing at WrestleMania and not becoming a world champion after winning the Royal Rumble to this day still blows my mind. I don't understand how you didn't pull the trigger on him and just put a title on the guy. But you know, Vince booking, it is what it is. It happens. But I do believe he would have a much better opportunity of being the King of Strong Style again, using his more strong style with a lot of guys who understand that style, and also be introduced to a community that I believe would actually enjoy him significantly more. I don't believe it would be as quiet when he comes out like it is now in WWE. Like, I think the WWE fans are just done with Shinsuke Nakamura. As sad as it is, even with this new character he has and this new gimmick and look and entrance music, it's just not getting over with the fans. I do believe the AEW fans would treat him better. I do believe he would have more opportunities in AEW. I don't know if he'd be a champion over there, but I think just the opportunities are significantly bigger for the guy in AEW than they are currently in WWE. Now, the first guy from AEW to WWE that I'm going to bring up, I think might surprise a little bit of you guys, but I think Nick Wayne would absolutely crush it if he was in the WWE system. I believe that they would look at Nick Wayne at a higher level than they'd look at Javon Evans, because I think Nick Wayne is the best teenager in the entire world. I think you can say he's one of the best under 25 wrestlers in the entire world. That kid has the full package. He has the look, he has the personality, he has the charisma. He obviously needs to get a little better on the mic, but he's going to get that from experience. That's the whole point of getting the experience at a young age. In ring, I think he's better than 90% of the wrestlers out there, 95% of the wrestlers out there. Nick Wayne is so good in the ring, and he is good against anybody. Any style of wrestling he knows how to work with. He also knows how to be a bad guy with any style of wrestling. I think that is a very underrated aspect when it comes to somebody like a young guy like him. I think he is only going to get better, and if he was in the NXT system, they would talk about him being the next face of the WWE. I'm telling you, he is that type of guy. Now, this next example actually hurts my heart to say, but from WWE to AEW, I think Finn Balor should make the jump. Now, don't come at my neck. I love Finn Balor. I just think that his course is run in the WWE. I believe all they're doing is putting him lower and lower and lower on the card, but he is so good. Like, he literally can get a 5-star match out of anyone. There is no one, like, there's guys, when you know Finn Balor is wrestling, you watch the match, right? There's a lot of guys where when they have the match, you're like, all right, I'm going to be tuned in, but I'm not as invested in the match. Finn Balor's match, it doesn't matter who he's wrestling. You are invested in the match because Finn Balor is that good. He is literally that guy. And the thing is, you bring him over to AEW, maybe get the Bullet Club back together, maybe have him a part of the Elite, maybe have him feuding with the Elite. He automatically bolsters that roster dramatically. He is a face that a lot of people will recognize, and he's also a believable guy to be a champion in any division that they have. Their world champion, their TV champion, their tag team champion, trios champion, whatever you want to put him in, Finn Balor fits the mold with any one of those guys. Now, when I originally wrote this script, I actually had Ricky Starks on this list. That's how long it's been taking me to make this video. But it's funny. There's another guy who I believe is significantly better than Ricky Starks. I believe has every single tool. And oh wait, WWE had this guy and let this guy go, and that guy is Swerve Strickland. I do believe a few years from now, when Swerve Strickland wins the world title again and runs his course there, I think he would come back to the WWE and automatically be a main event guy. I think Swerve Strickland is one of the best wrestlers in the world. I watched his match in person with him and Ospreay, which I think is the greatest match I've ever watched in person in my entire life. I've not seen a match like that ever in person. That was so freaking good. The Swerve character is so over. Can you imagine the Who's House chants in a WWE arena? Can you imagine swerving when we drive for his entrance? Can you imagine Prince Nana as his manager in WWE? Swerve Strickland's character right now is top 5 in the industry. Yes, I know it's crazy. People are going to say I'm crazy. I believe Swerve Strickland's character, like the character that he plays with his presentation and everything, is top 5 in the industry right now. And I think if you had this character in the WWE, we are talking about him being a world heavyweight champion. We're talking about him competing for the WWE title. He is that good. Now, I'm going to go back to back with WWE guys that can go to AEW and become massive players with these. And another one is Johnny Gargano. I personally, I know this hurts to say because I'm a big Johnny wrestling guy. DIY just doesn't do it for me anymore. And I don't see him getting a singles run ever again. I don't see Tommaso Ciampa getting a singles run again. I believe personally Johnny Gargano is so good at wrestling that he would automatically be their TV champion. He would put on an amazing match with an Okada, an Ospreay, a Takeshita, MJF, you name it. And the thing is, I don't think that he's that much worse on the mic than some of the guys they have over there. I believe Johnny Gargano is the type of guy you plug and play him in any company and he is a valuable asset. Unfortunately, in the WWE, a lot of these younger guys are coming up and getting the opportunities. They took way too long to bring him to the main roster and really give him that push that he deserved. And I think that he is being held back a little bit by being in a tag team with Tommaso Ciampa. I think that he's the type of guy that should be competing for a mid-card title. And I believe you throw him into AEW, he has the opportunity right away and they're going to use him in the right way. Which brings me to another guy that I believe that WWE dropped a massive ball on, which is Pete Dunne. Pete Dunne's style would absolutely crush in AEW. I believe his bruiserweight character would crush in AEW. I know that he is writing and producing for WWE now, so I don't really see any way he leaves. Once you're a producer in WWE, you have the best job in the world. You don't have to take bumps and you get to work on the product. Like, that's the best job you could possibly have in the WWE, in my opinion, outside of being a main event guy. But Pete Dunne is the type of guy, like I said, he's, again, a Johnny Gargano type character. You throw him in there, he is automatically plug and play. The fans will know who he is. His style of wrestling is enjoyable. His bruiserweight character is awesome if you let him be Pete Dunne, the bruiserweight. And I think that Tony Khan would be able to use him the right way. 2 names that I had on my list when I was going to record this video originally were Penta and Rey Fenix. We already know Penta has made it and he's absolutely crushing it in the WWE, and Rey Fenix is clearly making his debut very soon. I thought the Lucha Brothers were going to do amazing in WWE, and it's awesome to see them make that jump. But it's also a guy that I think he is like a massive player when it comes to AEW, so I don't see any way he would leave. And that's Adam Hangman Page. I think Hangman's one of the best wrestlers in the world. Another guy who I think one of his character is amazing. I think he has every single tool where he is a world heavyweight champion in the WWE if he's in WWE right now. Adam Hangman Page is so unbelievably good at everything he does. He is a believable character. He is amazing in ring. Like, people talk about it. If Logan Paul is stealing your entire moveset, you're clearly really freaking good at what you do. He is great on the mic. He makes every feud wants you to be invested in it. And he just tells stories in the ring that are so freaking good. And another name that is super duper, like, I know you guys are waiting for this one. It's MJF. I think we all agree. MJF leaves AEW and goes to WWE. They are rolling out the red carpet to this guy being a main event player. He is as advertised on the mic when you hear him. Like, he is as advertised. A lot of people like now try to downplay him and say that AEW nerfed him. I saw him in person not too long ago. He is still so freaking good in the ring. His promos are great. His character is great. He's young still. He's still, I don't know. I don't even think he's 30 years old yet. He has every single tool to be a main event guy in the WWE. He would thrive. He would make so much money. He would sell so much merch. Like, that's like an obvious one, which is why I waited to even mention him, right? Like, a guy like MJF, you could throw him in any company and he's gonna do well. He has a character. He's good on the mic. He's great in the ring. I remember the first time I really, really got behind his character. One of my friends texted me when MJF and Ospreay were having that 60-minute match. They texted me, I think it was like 25 minutes in, and they said, you got to tune in. This match is going an hour. And I was like, all right, there's no way this match is going in an hour. I tuned in. 20 more minutes go by. I'm like, oh my God, they're 45 minutes into this match. An hour goes by. They do the oxygen mask on him. He like celebrates and all that. That type of stuff is just, it's like chef's kiss. It's amazing. And I think the most obvious answer on moving from AEW to WWE is Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay would be like, I mean, come on. He would be the top dog. His wrestling is amazing. If he was doing what he's doing in AEW and WWE, nobody would complain. I'll die on that hill. His style of wrestling is so enjoyable. When you see it in person, you're like, this is unbelievable. Every match that I've ever watched him in person, I have been on the edge of my seat. I've stood up the whole time. He is that freaking good. I'm not the biggest fan of his promos because like the British accent sometimes like it makes me laugh more than it like has me being serious. But the second that guy gets in the ring, it's like, bro, like what are we talking about? Like you're talking about the guy is like just he's so good. I can watch that guy wrestle every day of the week, even though the biggest reason why I know he won't go to the WWE is he gets to wrestle once a week, once a month in AEW, put on a 5-star banger, and go home to his wife. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a win-win situation. You get paid millions of dollars, your body barely gets damaged, and everyone knows you're one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's got it all. And the last name on the list is someone that I would love to go from AEW to WWE, and I know all you guys would love for it to happen, and it's Jon Moxley. I would love Jon Moxley, and this is bias. I think what Jon Moxley is doing in AEW is awesome. He is finally doing what he wants to do. He wants to play this hardcore evil heel character that everybody hates. The guy that everybody wants out of the company. He is doing his job perfectly. Like, every time people tell me they hate Jon Moxley, they think he's the worst part of AEW, they hate watching him on TV, that's the point. And, like, people are like, oh, no, it's not the bad heat, it's the go-away heat. No. You say it's go-away heat, you're still watching him every time. That Spike... the thing where he did the Spike spot where he got suplexed onto Spike and it got stuck on his back. People are like, oh my God, that was so gruesome and bad. That was awesome. I don't know what trying to virtue signaling you're trying to do. I personally thought that spot was freaking awesome. I would love to see that spot again. I would love to see that spot in person, personally. I've been dying to go to like a legit death match. They can't do them in New York, but I'll drive to Delaware or whatever to watch one of those. But you bring Moxley back, you have another run with the Shield, you have him feuding with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. It would be amazing. Will he do it? Heck no. He gets paid millions of dollars to play the character that he likes, to work for the company that he likes, build a company that he gets to be. He's going to be arguably one of the greatest champions of all time and one of the greatest superstars in the history of the company. Will he leave? No. I don't see any opportunity like for stuff like that. But a few other names, I think Candice LeRae would do much better in AEW. I think Julia Hart would do amazing if she came into WWE and was in the NXT system. Those are a couple of things over there that I think would do great. I know this is going to be a little crazy to say. I actually think Stephanie Vaquer and Julia would have done just as well in AEW as they are in WWE. Like, they're interchangeable to either company. They're that freaking good. There's, like an Asuka, I think would help bolster AEW, even though I want her back. I always said that I thought Alexa Bliss would have been awesome if she went to AEW and did their House of Black before Malachi left and stuff like that. But obviously I'm happy she's also back with us. But, it is what it is. But with that being said, I want to know from you guys in the comments, who are WWE or AEW guys that you think should jump ship that would have a much better situation? Do you think a Santos Escobar and Angel Garza, Humberto, those type of guys could be on that list? A Rey Mysterio, for example. We saw him at an All In. If you guys have any names, please let me know down below. And if you guys enjoyed the video, do me one small favor. Hit that subscription button, ring that bell for notifications, and hit the thumbs up so you guys can like the video so more people can see it. With that being said, my name is Alan Owens. This is much love from me to you guys.